Did anyone read the newspaper? The LA Times leaked all the winners. How thoughtful of them! Yes, Charlie. Yes, of course, put him through. Humphrey, darling. No, I'm fine. Did you read the newspaper? Will Hollywood stick by its favorite hometown girl, Bette Davis? Not tonight. They use an exclamation point. Her star will be eclipsed by that British beauty, Vivian Leigh, who will take home the Oscar for Best Actress in Gone with the Wind. You know, Humphrey, the press called my performance in Dark Victory the most outstanding of the year. But now Gone with the Wind is sensational. It will cop every prize tonight. Ugh! So be it! No, I'm fine. No, darling, listen, I have to be up tomorrow early. I'm filming Wars in the morning. I have to be up by 6 and brilliant by 7. So I left the Oscars, so be it. No, darling, I'm fine. Listen, we'll have lunch tomorrow in the commissary. Good night, Bogey. Granted, I was 3 whiskeys deep. I made my exit. The great William Wyler. He lectured me about the importance of a grand exit. I was filming Jezebel, and I rode in on my horse, and I gave the horse to the stable boy, and he says, "But Miss Julie, he bites." Well, you just plain bat him back. And then I picked up the hem of my dress and my riding crop, and I made my exit with complete confidence. 48 takes. Oh, I could have sworn my previous 47 were perfect. But Willie, he insisted. I need more, Betty, more. More what? I don't know. More horse? More dress? More dress. Take 16. I picked up the hem of my dress, and I made my exit. Cut! Take 25. I picked up the hem of my dress, and I made my exit. Cut! Take 48. I picked up the hem of my dress, and I made my exit. Exhausted. Cut! Perfect! I nearly fell to the floor. Willie dominated me. He taught me the camera's point of view, the difference between working on Broadway and a soundstage. He took me under his wing, and before I knew it, I fell in love with him. Everyone at Warner Brothers knew that Jezebel's star and director were acting out their passions on the set. Though we were mad for one another, he still made my life a living hell. We were filming that scene with me and that brilliant red dress. You sure it's not the dress? You sure you're not afraid? Afraid someone insults you? You'd have to find it necessary to defend me. Cut, Betty! I need actors who can act. I can only direct actors. I cannot teach them how to act. We were magnificent together. His demand for perfection raised my craft to an Oscar award-winning performance. You are both always here to listen to me, and you never get on my nerves by talking back. Do you know why I love you, Oscar Dangerous? I love you because you were my first Oscar. I was wonderful as Joyce Heath. I was precocious. and Jezebel. No one else could have played Julie Marsden. I was smart, I was funny, and I didn't give a damn. I was brilliant. Well, I am brilliant. I am goddamn brilliant, Miss Vivian Lee. While everyone else is at the Oscars accepting awards for popularity, I am home to work. Tomorrow, I'm filming Juarez, playing Empress Carlotta. My husband, Maximilian von Habsburg, is sent to Mexico to force Benito Juarez to abdicate the throne. I am angered by my husband's abandonment, so I'd appeal to Napoleon. I suffer a mental breakdown, and my husband is sentenced to death by a firing squad. What a film! Badagada, 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 badagada. Peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and carrots. Ba, 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 ba. What else might a Habsburg have expected from the word of a bourgeois Bonaparte? Habsburg? What is a Habsburg? Habsburg, it's Habsburg, it's oh, I know. European nobility. Habsburg. What else might a Habsburg have expected from the word of a bourgeois Bonaparte, you charlatan? Charlatan, it's charlatan, it's oh, I know. Swindler, you charlatan, swindler. What else might a Habsburg have expected from the word of a bourgeois Bonaparte, you charlatan? Why, for Christ's sakes, I'm the Habsburg. They're the charlatans. All of Hollywood. Will Hollywood stick by its favorite hometown girl, Bette Davis? I'm from Lowell, Massachusetts. Get a goddamn map. How dare they condemn me to Hollywood? Yes, Charlie. Yes, Charlie, of course, put her through. Mother, so nice of you to call. No, Ruthie, I'm not a sore loser. I made a grand exit. Oh, I don't think anyone noticed I left. Oh, Ruthie, the Oscars were a disaster tonight. If I see any more mink, I'll vomit in Joan Crawford's lap. Oh, I don't think she'll notice. And Vivian in that flowered dress. It was outrageous. Look, Ruthie, you go back in there. You tell them all that they are boring, and their jibber-jabber is nothing more than useless talk, and I'm a star, and I need my rest. Besides, I'm filming Juarez in the morning, and I must go over my lines now. Oh, if you could say that in front of Vivian, that'd be swell. She wanted this part. Who's that crying? Is that Olivia? How does she not know she lost the Oscar? It was a surprise. It's print in the LA Times Evening Edition. Did she not read? Winner. Best Picture. Gone with the Wind. Winner. Best Supporting Actress. Hattie McDaniel. Gone with the Wind. Winner. Best Actress. Vivian Lee. Gone with the goddamn wind. No, Ruthie, I was offered Scarlet by both studios bidding on the book. Package deal. Bette Davis and Errol Flynn. No, mother, I said no. I swore after Elizabeth and Essex never to work with Errol again. I'd rather die in the first act. Ruthie, I am not coming back. Well, then you stay, mother, and enjoy yourself. Ruthie! Mother! Goodbye! Ruthie. Dear God, mother. Where was I? Juarez. Playing Empress Carlotta. She's lonely. She's childless. And she drives herself mad. Holy Mary, Mother of God, hearken unto me, the least most humble of thy suppliants. Deny me not, most blessed of women, joy and ecstasy which thou knew. Endow me with a portion of thy sanctity, that I may bear unto my spouse a son. God, give me strength in this cold world called Hollywood. Help me stand up to them. Help them see me for who I am. It's lonely here. No one is good. I mean... Yes, Charlie. Yes, Charlie, of course, put her through. Olivia, darling. No, darling, don't cry, you'll ruin your makeup. Listen, darling, I found it all very depressing tonight. That's why I left. Oh, darling, Hollywood is one shameful mess tonight. How's Gone with the Wind's table? How is Vivian Lee? We had to go all the way to England to find ourselves a southern girl? Not to mention the friendliest one in the room. See, Vivian seems docile, but Vivian is a sex-crazed loony. That's why Selznick loves her, because she's sleeping with him. And that god-awful, dreadful dress. Who wears flowers to an award show? It's so common. Oh, I do love Hattie McDaniel, but, darling, a woman that large should not be covered in gardenias. She looked like a parade float. She's not better than you. She's mammy. She's one of a kind. But you are a much better actress than she is. Who's that singing? Is that Judy singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow again? Mickey's dragging her off the stage. Dear God, for once I wonder, what would the world be like if Dorothy stayed in Kansas? Oh, this, my dear, is a tawdry tale. They make us hate what we love. For what? It's all for money, not for talent. The Selznicks, the Lemleys, the Warners of the world. They all sit at home carving notches to their bedposts, and they do nothing to deserve them. Whose pride is greater? Our pride. We sing them they're spoiled. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Why can I live here? Why? No, darling, I'm fine. No, listen, darling, you go back in there. Head high, shoulders back, as you are, the grand Olivia de Havilland. That's right. I am the bold Bette Davis. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Olivia. Good night. Hollywood. From the distance, glitters like the pinnacle of all success. But up close, it's cracked, horrid, broken. Makes me sick. I hate California. It's so goddamn sunny here. They're all so healthy. I miss fall. Fall. A good New England fall with winter coats. No one knows what a goddamn gorgeous winter coat is. They're all prancing around in their minks and furs, sweating to death. And they got me on this program. The Bette Davis hair is this. The Bette Davis outfit is this. Bette Davis should look like this. The mischievous Bette Davis. The bold Bette Davis. The romantic Bette Davis. The sultry Bette Davis. Who is that? Sometimes I barely recognize myself. Tomorrow, filming Warheads, playing Empress Carlotta, Habsburg. But you will dare not let him die. I will denounce you in every court in Europe, for it will be a murderer, a murderer. Was it you or your ministers who conceived a plan to mask infamies behind my husband's noble name? Answer me, sire. Answer me, sire! Oh, excuse me. Yes, Charlie. No, Charlie, you tell Ruthie I am working and I am not coming back. Goodbye. Ugh. Ruthie. Ruthie, dear God, sweet mother. Ruthie. Ruthie. I began to call Ruthie by her first name when my father left. I was about 10. We became the Three Musketeers. It was me, my younger sister Bobby, and Ruthie. All for one, one for all. Ruthie always made sure we'd have fun, even in the depressing boarding houses. She would say, "We're going to have a night of theater." We'd turn out the lights, open up the curtains so we could spy on our neighbors. That man, he's a detective. That woman, she takes him off his mission. He takes in his arms and they kiss. Oh, I would stare out in romantic envy. I'd catch Ruthie smiling, knowing she'd made entertainment out of what little we had. Her sacrifice and love for us would allow me to act. Ruthie had premonitions. She read tea leaves, and she knew that one day my face would be seen by the world. I was cast by George Cukor to be the stock production in Rochester, and as I boarded the train, leaving without Ruthie for the first time in my life, she called out, "Learn the part of Pearl. The actress is going to have an accident." You and your silly psychic hunches. Turns out, she had a premonition. We opened on Monday, and on Wednesday, the actress playing Pearl fell and twisted her ankle. I was asked to take the lead. Fortunately, I memorized the entire play. Ruthie and her silly psychic hunches are not to be scoffed at. It was her idea to take me to the Boston Repertory Theatre to see Ibsen's The Wild Duck. It was my first piece of serious theatre, and a whole new world opened to me. I fell in love with the leading character of Hedwig, played by Peg Entwistle. I was thrilled with Peg's performance. There wasn't an emotion I didn't share with her. By the end of the play, Peg Entwistle, Hedwig, and I were one. And I told Ruthie, Mother, someday, Ruthie, I will play Hedwig. Papa, did you hear that crowd, Papa? They loved me. They just loved me. This is my first Stardust. How about that part when I shoot myself? That's the hardest part for me, to die a convincing death. I have to be truthful, otherwise that last scene would never work. And then, when Miss Yerka gave me my own bow, I could have died, Papa. All that applause was for me. They all came to see me. Just me. I could have died. After the play, Papa and I went outside, and we looked up into the vast sky. I was in awe. All those twinkling diamonds. Papa was standing next to me. Papa, Hedwig is my first Stardust. Huh? What's Stardust? Stardust is a time in your life and you are the star on stage. Well, you see all those stars up there, Betty? There are millions and millions of them. Remember that always. You'll know how unimportant you are. Papa always saw the weeds, never the roses. When my mother told him I was going to become an actress, he told her I'd make an excellent secretary. I toured The Wild Duck, and then I made my Broadway debut. It's 1929. I am 22 years old, and I'm in a play on Broadway, happy as can be. Hey, kid! David Werner here, talent scout from Universal Pictures. I was in the audience tonight. Where you been? Look, kid, you want to be a star? Gotta go to Hollywood where all the action is. The theater, that's old news. I'm gonna take those eyes, that face, put it on the big screen. You're gonna be a star, kid. Here's my card. He gave me his card. And before I knew it, myself, my mother, my sister Bobby, and my dog Boogum were on a train headed out west. Where am I supposed to be? I was supposed to be picked up at the train station, but no one was there. You see, your talent scout saw me on Broadway, and so I'm here to see Mr. Carl Lemley Jr. What do you mean he didn't see anyone who looked like an actress? I have a dog. All actors have dogs. Well, whoever you sent to pick us up must be blind. I think it's very obvious I look like an actress. Anyway, I'm here to see Mr. Carl Lemley Jr. He's expecting me. Betty with an E. Davis. D-A-V-I-S. Where do I go now? Monday morning? Well, of course I can wait till Monday morning. The Hollywood Plaza Hotel? Right! How do I get there? And that was the beginning of my studio career. Fortunately, I met a wonderful actress, Olivia de Havilland, and we became fast friends. Oh, Olivia, I just had my first screen test. Absolutely no chemistry with anyone. Well, I barely ever kissed a man before. I've held hands with a man, but I'm a Yankee. We take it very slow. Humphrey Bogart, Bing Crosby, even goddamn Frankenstein was slobbering all over me. I'd like to see how Lemley would feel with Frankenstein slobbering all over him. The men in Hollywood can do whatever they want. I can't even blink during a screen test. I was supposed to lie on the couch still like a corpse. Next, they want to screen test my legs. It's exhausting. What does that have to do with my talent? You think they have Cary Grant walk in, take his pants off so they can look at his legs? From the theater. The theater, they don't care what you look like. They just care if you have talent. All this sex appeal screen testing is not what I'm cut out for. I'm not tall. I'm not blonde. I'm 5'3", and that's good enough. Lemley tells me I have failed him. I was just outside his door and I overheard him say, "That Davis, she's got no sex appeal. Well, about as much as Slim Somerville. She's from the theater in New York. Well, she's not very good. She's on contract, we gotta stick it out. I know, give her some bit parts, keep her working, otherwise keep her on the perimeter of the screen. Excuse me, Mr. Carl Lemley Jr., sir. If I could have a moment of your time. I don't like your Hollywood. You with your smart jacket and tie, you mean nothing to me. Well, I came to Hollywood because your people begged me to. I was doing fine, smooth sailing as a Broadway ingenue. You heard of Broadway, right? It's in the theater. I overheard what you said about me, how you compared me to that unattractive beanpole of a man, Slim Somerville, and keep me on the perimeter of the screen. Next time, you keep your private conversations to yourself. You think I'm some kid waiting for you to tell me what to do? I have my own thoughts, my own ideas. I am an actress, and I am going to own that screen. Ballsy, huh, Olivia? That's what I should have said. But I just stood there, silent. I didn't have the gumption yet. And then I got a letter from Universal Pictures. Dear Miss Davis, as of Tuesday the 15th of July, we regret to inform you we will not exercise the option to renew your contract. Please remove all your items from your bungalow. Your termination is effective immediately. Sincerely, Carl Lemley Jr. Ruthie? Mother? Ruthie? Ruthie, that's it. We're done, for they fired me. Oh, no, Ruthie, I'm not staying here. I'm going back to Broadway where I belong, Mother. I do not belong here in Hollywood. I just played a corpse with no lines falling out of a closet. There's a train that leaves at noon. I'd like to be on it. Start packing. Hello? Yes, this is Miss Davis. The office of George Arliss. Oh, sure, right. Put him through. It's the press, Ruthie. They're on to us. Yes. Yes, this is Miss Davis. What am I doing? Oh, well, I've got some news for you. I was just on the phone with Eleanor Roosevelt. She invited me over to have dinner with her and the president next week. And before that, I was speaking to the Queen of England. She liked to have me over for tea and biscuits. Isn't that grand? And right before you called, Universal Pictures fired me. Now go put that on your front page or leave me alone, or I will come punch your face in. It's the press, Ruthie. Keep packing. Yeah, go ahead, put him through. Oh, it's you again. What do you want, you scallywag, you rascal, you nincompoop? Sure, you're George Arliss. Well, if you're George Arliss, I must be Fred Astaire dancing on Ginger Rogers' back. Now, you leave me alone or I go... What? Oh, my dear God, sir. This is you, George Arliss, sir. George, sir. Yes. I didn't realize it was you before, of course. I am available to play the lead in your next picture. The man who played God. You're directing it. You're in it. You're playing God. God is in it. You're directing God. Dear God, sir. George Arliss, sir. Sir George, sir. Yes, of course. Well, yeah, we will meet you there. No, thank you. Goodbye. Ruthie, stop packing. That was George Arliss. He's got us a corner table at the Brown Derby. He's meeting us there for lunch, Ruthie. Everyone will be there. A George Arliss film was a sign of great prestige, a far cry from the terrible roles I've been given at Universal. George Arliss brought me to Warner Brothers, and he personally oversaw my hair, my makeup, my direction. He took great care of me. Now, my launch with Warner's proved meaningful because the work with George was magnificent, which would have been wonderful if they followed each of my success with another. But the studio system doesn't work that way. I was cast in so big, which my part was so small. At the same time, I was filming another picture, which meant I was filming one during the day and the other at night. Then came a piece of junk called X-Lady. I was glamorized beyond belief. Platinum blonde wig, false eyelashes, slinky dress, and excess of poor taste. If I wanted to fulfill my need to play good characters, I was going to have to look elsewhere. I'd heard about an RKO picture called Of Human Bondage, about a lovesick heroin addict that runs away with a salesman and returns pregnant. Now that is a character. Mr. Warner, will you loan me out for Of Human Bondage? But Mr. Cromwell tells me they're all set. I just need your consent. I'm perfect for the role of Mildred. No, I assure you this is a good move, especially for Warner Brothers. The audience will see me in a whole new light, and when I return to the studio, there'll be publicity. But actors are loaned out all the time. This isn't different than any other situations. No, listen. All of Human Bondage will generate a buzz. No, I can't sit idle in small roles or in films I don't care about. This is a move that would push my career forward. I'll die if I pass it up. Please. Please, Mr. Warner, please. I promise. I know I'm under a contract with you, but I promise, as soon as All Care wraps, you'll have your star back. Please, Mr. Warner? Thank you. You will not regret it. For Of Human Bondage, I hired a maid who spoke Cockney, so I could learn the dialect. You cad! You two swine! I never cared for you not once. I hated ya. It made me sick when I had to let you kiss me. And whenever I had to let you kiss me, I used to wipe my mouth. Wipe my mouth! I was a woman dying of consumption. There was no way I was going to let Mildred look like a glamour puss. I insisted on doing my own makeup. I made movie history. I had made 21 films before Of Human Bondage. Most people thought it was my first film. I was very proud. When I returned to my studio, I was cast as a secretary. I took one look at the script and I refused. Warner's put me on suspension. In sports, you call it benched. When I returned to work, they offered me a Busby Berkeley movie musical. I do not want to be in a Busby Berkeley goddamn movie musical, Mr. Warner. Who am I now, a tap-dancing James Cagney? No, listen, try someone else. I don't know, Joan Crawford. She'll turn around and shake it. You will get your money's worth. Oh, Mr. Berkeley, I didn't see you come in. Oh, what a surprise. No, that 42nd Street, woof, what a show. I'm a big fan, big fan. Yes, we were just talking about your script. You would like me to read? All right. Who would like to read the other part for me? Oh, well, I suppose I could read them both. Myself. Certainly. In what way? The hard way. You're young. You're in burlesque. You never talk about the past. Kid's father, bad memory to you. Well, as long as you know that much, you may as well know all of it. I'm lonely. I'm lonely. You're what? You're what, Mr. Berkeley? More Brooklyn. Right. Of course, more Brooklyn. Certainly. Hey. In what way? The hard way. You're young. You're in burlesque. You never talk about the past. Kid's father, bad memory to you. Well, as long as you're that much, you may as well know all of it. I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. I'm so sorry, Mr. Berkeley. This is terrible. Who has ever heard of comments over Broadway, burlesque in Brooklyn? No, I think you're a wonderful director, but this is... Well, of course I can sing and dance. We all can. It's a studio standard. We are trained to do so. Big finish, fucking wings! Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. I can do it. But I don't want to, Mr. Warner. No, I think you are a wonderful director. I just don't think this is a good fit for us. I'm a dramatic actress. I would have thought by now you would have understood that. Good luck, Mr. Berkeley. Good day. I was suspended. Again. To make matters worse, I was nominated for Best Actress in Of Human Bondage. If you remember, it was an RKO picture and I belonged to Warner Brothers. Jack sent instructions to all employees. If they voted for me, they would lose their jobs. He cost me my first Oscar. Dangerous was a consolation prize for not winning Of Human Bondage. When I was offered the script, I refused. It was mediocre at best. But Jack convinced me I could make something of it. For the Oscars, I had no intention of getting dressed up this time. I wore a simple cotton dress to the awards show. When my name was announced for Best Actress, I was as shocked as the tabloids. How dare she wear such a frock? Though I'm sure Joan Crawford was more than happy to see me in a print. In those days, we were churning out pictures back to back. On my final day of filming Petrified Forest, I received a letter on set stating I was to begin another film on Monday. But I had worked 6 weeks straight and I needed a rest. I fired off a telegram telling Jack I was too sick to start on Monday. He sent the studio doctor to my home to verify I was ill. I refused to be examined. I was put on suspension again. When I returned to work on Friday, Warner's had won. Ruthie was worried about me in the spotlight. I didn't have a life. I was 26 and I hadn't had relations with a man. She encouraged me to get in touch with my high school sweetheart, Harmon O. Nelson. He used to serenade me with his trumpet, and I'd wade in a sea of his dark brown eyes. We eloped to Yuma, Arizona, in 107-degree heat. But Hollywood has its way of slithering into your private life. Ham? Ham, darling, I'm home. Ham? Ham, darling, I'm home. Oh, Ham, darling, you would have been so proud of your wife, Harmon O. Nelson. I told Mr. Warner I'd play characters that mean something. Characters that have a heart or a backbone. Enough of this Hollywood. Vacant characters, vacant scripts. I have box office draw, and yet still he insists on giving me garbage. Well, I found out this morning, Katharine Hepburn makes $200,000 per year. $50,000 goes to Paul Muni. Bette Davis, $400 per week. Hell, even Rin Tin Tin makes more than me. $6,000 more than me per week. No one comes to see a Warner Brothers picture. They come to see me, Miss Davis. Oh, Ham, darling, Ham. Ooh, I had whiskey tonight. I'm feeling good. How you feeling, Ham? You look very handsome in your tie. My mother bought it for you? Well, that actually means I bought it for you. Aren't you the lucky one? Ham, darling, look at me. Ham, darling, look. Look. Ham, darling, look. Would you just look at me? What has happened to us? It's become much more difficult to speak to you. Well, I come home and I see you lounging on the sofa. I could fly through the goddamn roof. What do you do all day? Sit at home and do nothing? How can a person have no drive, no ambition? That's right. Where's the kid who came to Hollywood with such big dreams? Get up, get up! I got rid of the child because you said I couldn't afford it. What was I supposed to do? You know what, Ham? If you tried just half as much as I tried, the phones wouldn't stop ringing. Everyone would be looking for that most talented band leader, Harmon O. Nelson. Wait! 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 Hello? Hello? Oh, no. No one's there. No one's looking for you, Ham. You have it so good, don't you? House, money, car, I give it all to you. That's right. Get up. Get up. Get your keys to my packet convertible. Go run away like you always do, you sissy! I can't believe I said that. He was shattered by his lack of earnings and his private life being exposed to the public eye. When we divorced, he pleaded abandonment. He told the judge that I read too much in bed and didn't take notice of him. I was so mean. What's it all for? When you come home from your Hollywood life, you sit on the sofa. It's real. Oh, God. God, is this me? This me? Who loves you? Your mother Ruthie loves you. Olivia, she's your best friend. She adores you. George Arliss. William Wyler. Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes? Do you love me? Howard. A tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. I got it, I got it, I got my little basket. Picture, picture. Ooh, how'd I get to be here with Mr. Howard Hughes? How'd I get to be so lucky? Picture, picture. I like being here. Well, I could come here and do this with you every morning at your beach house. Picture, picture. Oh, Howard. Why do you like me? Yes, I'm a firecracker. You make me into a firecracker. You make me feel special. Picture, picture. Oh, Howard. Picture, picture. Yo, I love the gardenias. I love you, throw the gardenias on the bed. You throw me on the gardenias on the bed. You take me in your arms, you ravish me. Oh, Howard! Howard, let's just have fun. Yes, I don't get to have fun like this. Picture, picture. Picture, 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 picture. Howard? Howard! Is there something I'm doing that isn't right? Well, I mean, this morning, it didn't really happen. Do you have this problem with Catherine? Well, aren't you lucky to have two Hollywood starlets? I've always said if there was someone else I'd rather be Katharine Hepburn. She has such a beautiful face. Perhaps we could work out some sort of deal. You get her Wednesday and Saturday, me Tuesday and Friday. No, I get Wednesday and Saturday, she can have Tuesday and Friday. No, Howard, I don't want anyone else. You're different. You're an entrepreneur, engineer, aviator, film producer, director. I think you're magnificent. We both understand each other. We're both eccentrics. Howard, I want to fly with you. I want to get into your big planes and fly wherever you want to go. Howard. That's all right, Howard. I have to get back to the studio. I'm filming Dark Victory. I twisted Jack's arm until he finally consented to Dark Victory. I play Judith Traherne. I'm this young socialite. My best friend is played by Anne Sheridan. I play this young socialite who has a tumor. When I begin to go blind, I will die in just a few hours. My husband is played by George Brent. He's sent away, and I decide to surprise him by planting flowers. So in the last scene, Anne and I are in the garden, planting hyacinths. Have you planted the hyacinths yet? No, good. You see, hyacinths are my husband's favorite flower. You dig the holes, I'll put them in. But then, my sight begins to fail. And so I send everyone away, and I go inside, up the stairs to my bedroom, and everything goes dark. I love that scene. After Dark Victory, Jack forced me to do a series of mediocre pictures. I'd had enough of Jack Warner. I remembered Ludwig Toplitz offered me artistic control over 2 films he owned. I sent him a telegram and I fled to London, leaving on a Sunday to avoid an injunction. I was gone a full week before Jack realized I'd left. His wife insisted he get in a boat, sail over, and deal with me himself. Jack said I'd breached my contract and pursued me in the English courts. My court case made the front cover of Life magazine. As Mildred in Of Human Bondage, Miss Davis has given the best performance ever recorded on the screen by U.S. actress. Warner's rewarded her for this with a series of mediocre pictures, climaxed by that of God's Country and the Woman, in which she played a lumberjack. Timber! My lawyer, Sir William Jowett, stood 6'4" of vertical England, and for Warner Brothers slumped Patrick Hastings, thin, gaunt, with beady black eyes. At the top of the courtroom, Justice Branson took his throne. With his grand eloquence, he nodded ever so splendidly for Sir Patrick to begin. Your Honor, this is the action of a very naughty young lady. All she wants is more money. Your Honor. My client's actions, whether naughty or nice, are not in question. We are here to discuss the unfairness of my client's stringent contract. Unfair, my lord? If so, then why did your client sign it in the first place? When my client signed it in the first place, she was a small-time player. She has since then outgrown her terms and conditions and desires the right to choose her work. Well, she can do so when her contract is up. If she waits until her contract is up, she'll have no career worth fighting for. This is servitude. If being held in servitude means having the glamorous life of a movie star, we might all consider it. And with that, my lawyer called Jack Warner to the stand. Mr. Warner, is it true that my client sent a letter to you indicating she's not interested in God's country, nor is she asking for more money, was simply asking for her rights to choose her own work? Yeah, that's all true. And if that is true, and my client chooses not to work on your film, how do you render the situation? She goes in suspension. She's legally bound to this film. It's in her contract. It's up to us to decide her fate. Slavery! 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 My client is a slave to your studio. She must do everything her master requests. My client must have the right to say no, the right to choose her work. I therefore, my lord, suggest this is no longer a legal contract, but rather a life sentence. This high drama went on for 3 long days. Sir Patrick belittling me, Well, Sir William Jowett was my champion. I wasn't fighting for myself. I was fighting for every actor in Hollywood. The right to choose our work, to be treated fairly. That's what I was fighting for. What Miss Davis wants is not mere money, but something much more important. If she wins her case, other stars will rebel, and she will become the Joan of Arc of a cinematic revolution. Finally, after 3 long days, Justice Branson made his decision. And I lost to Warner Brothers. A 3-year injunction and a fine of $20,000. I was their property. I left the courtroom, devastated, defeated. I walked down to the pouring rain. Drenched, I arrived to my hotel room, and there in the lobby stood George Arliss. He took my hand and he said, "Betty, it takes time. You have time, my dear. Not to the age of 61 did I finally get my chance on the big screen. Go back, Betty, my dear. Accept the decision. If in time you feel you're being treated unfairly, then you put up another fight. But for now, go back and face them proudly." George Arliss. He spoke to me like a father. And that's what I did. I went back and I faced Warner Brothers. And to my surprise, I gained a lot of respect from Mr. Warner. He forgave my fine, and my roles improved. I was cast as Leslie Crosby in The Letter. I got to shoot my lover 6 times. I love playing these kinds of characters. Before filming The Letter, I became pregnant with Willie's child. He asked me to marry him. I said no. I went to the hospital on Saturday. When I returned to work on Monday, the camera guy noticed something. "Gee, Betty, looks like you lost 5 pounds over the weekend." Willie, it's good to see you. Listen, about this script, I've been giving it a lot of thought, this scene right here. It says she looks into her husband's eyes. Now, I don't think Leslie would do that. If I was someone who had killed my lover, I would not look my husband in the eyes. I'd look away. No, Betty, you look your husband into the eyes. I disagree. I look away and then say my line. No, Betty, you look your husband into the eyes with great love. With great love? How? She's cuckolding him. She's a calculated killer, a remorseful liar. She would not look her husband in the eyes. She'd look away. No, you look your husband in the eyes with great love and say these words. "With all my heart, I still love the man I killed." There is no way I would look my husband in the eyes. I would look away. That's the only way I will play it. You do this role my way, Betty. I don't have time for your nonsense. I stormed off the soundstage, went to my dressing room. Willie and I screamed at each other for 3 hours. Finally, I came out of my dressing room. We finished the film Willie's Way. This is not my last fight, nor my last film with the great William Wyler. I have had to fight for all my good roles. I was furious when I read in Llewellyn Parsons' column that Irene Dunn was to be on loan out to Warner Brothers for the leading part in Now Voyager. But I was their contract player, and as a New Englander, I understood the part better than anyone else ever could. For once, I won. I've had few romantic leads, Charlotte Vale being my favorite. The script instructs Paul Henry, my co-star, to offer me a cigarette, so he did what he and his wife do while driving. He put 2 cigarettes in his mouth, lit them both, and offered me one. Oh, Jerry, don't let's ask the moon. We already have the stars. How romantic. Our director hated it. I insisted the producer come down to the soundstage and see it for himself. He approved. I was very proud and hot-headed by the time I got into the set of Willie Wyler's The Little Foxes. Then it was just as if I couldn't stand the sight of you. You were such a soft, weak fool. Cut, Betty! I need real acting for this part, real acting. We have been on the same scene for 2 hours in this goddamn Edwardian dress in the middle of summer. Your perfectionism is killing us. Yeah, Betty, remember, real acting, please, real acting.
Action.
Then it was just as if I couldn't stand the sight of you. You were such a soft, weak fool. Cut, Betty. You're playing Regina like a one-dimensional bitch. Regina is greedy and high-handed, but she's also a character with great poise, great charm. How? Enlighten me. She sits completely still while her husband suffers a fatal heart attack. Where do I insert the charm? Annie's Vale's own actress, but to be charming. Now go fix your face. It's disgusting me. I stormed off the soundstage. I got in my car and I drove off the lot. Over the course of the next 10 days, they sent my hair and makeup man, a studio lawyer, and finally, Samuel Goldwyn called me and told me he could sue me for the entire cost of the production. I came to my senses. I returned to the set. We finished the film Willie's Way. I received another Oscar nomination, but the great William Wyler and I never spoke again. I had some time off. On Ruthie's advice, I went back east to Sugar Hill, New Hampshire. I bought a house. It was named Butternut. I met Arthur Farnsworth. He was handsome, cultured. He was an engineer and he had his pilot's license. After 6 months of courting, I married him. Farney would fill our home with his sweetness and consideration of me. I think Farney and I could have gone on forever. Oh, Farney, it's wonderful. Butternut. Did you carve this sign yourself? Pine, poplar, oak, a good strong oak sign will last forever, much like you. Another gift? Farney, you're too much. Oh. Well, I did say I was going to learn to cook, and I will make you the best eggs ever. Oh, Farney. Oh, it's wonderful. This is from my favorite store. How thoughtful of you. Oh, Farney. Sometimes I feel like I could just close my eyes and never go back. Wake up next to you in your corduroy and flannel and call life meaningful. Oh, Farney, you are my tonic. I have a surprise for you. Are you ready? I bought us another home. I'm going to call it River Bottom because it sits at the bottom of Los Angeles River. We'll have Butternut and River Bottom. Oh, Farney, you can fly your plane east or west, whatever you want. You are my home. Farney and I had a good life together. He spent much of his time working as an engineer for Honeywell. When he came out west, he worked for Disney. We had time together and time apart. I was to begin filming Mr. Skeffington, directed by Vincent Sherman. I had worked with Vincent on Old Acquaintance, and I enjoyed being directed by him. Oh, Vincent. Well, I don't relish playing an aging woman of 50. I'm only 32. I mean, I have an imagination that's 2 decades ahead of me. Oh, darling, it's a hell of a part. Play in spades. I'm going to Mexico. You want to come along and we can discuss it? Farney was jealous of Vincent and admonished me to stay away from him unless on set. Farney, you don't understand. I'm an actress. If I want to speak to my director, I will do so. That's how we get things done. If I want to speak to Vincent Sherman, I sure as hell will do so. I'm going to Mexico with him. You can just stay home. I went to the train station. Farney followed me to the train station. I got on the train. Farney also got on the train. The train started to move. Farney would not budge. I put my hands on his shoulders, and I pushed him. And he fell over backwards, and he hit his head on the pavement. I stopped the train. He was unconscious. I took him to the hospital. An x-ray revealed he had a skull fracture. I left the hospital a widow. My happy life. No more. I will always miss him. But I had to begin filming Mr. Skeffington. I begged Waters, please take me off the film, but Waters refused. I wanted to mourn the death of my husband. Warner told me to use my emotions for the role. This is my marriage to my studio. This is a sacrifice I had to make to live my life as a Hollywood star. I was a widow for 2 years, until I became infatuated with William Grant Sherry. Hedda Hopper described him as a handsome Greek god, fresh from the sea with water still glistening on his mahogany tan skin. No wonder I was infatuated. I knew him less than a month, and I married him. Ruthie had a bad feeling. She thought he wanted me for my money, but I didn't care. We were reckless. We were abandoned. We were careless. Very careless. I got pregnant. But I was 39. I decided to give birth to my daughter, Barbara Davis Sherry. I was finally going to be a mother. But Ruthie was right about William. He proved to be a violent, loafing, good-for-nothing, and I sent him packing. He took the nanny with him. But he gave me my daughter. We called her BD. In the beginning, life was fine. I had nannies and governesses for BD. She began to get argumentative, so I sent her to boarding school. I thought she was happy. I was ready to go back to work. I was bursting with ideas. I made a meeting with Jack Warner in his office. Oh, Mr. Warner, it's good to see you again. Listen, I have an idea. What do you mean you don't have any scripts for a woman my age? Well, then you tell your script writers to write a script about a mature woman. How about we option one of those wonderful books I read while raising BD? What do you mean they won't sell? My audience doesn't care about my age. They'll follow me wherever I go. You need younger? You think you need younger? What you need is a woman to stand up to you. I have made you millions and given my name to your studio. I hope one day the world will see you exist only because I have put up with all your bullshit. Good day, Mr. Warner. That is what I should have said. But I just stood there, silent. You see, I'm now in the category of aging actress. I'm only 40. My last film at Warner Brothers, Beyond the Forest, and my most famous line, "What a dump," described it perfectly. Los Angeles film critics named me the worst actress of the year. LA Times wrote, "What an unfortunate finale to her brilliant career." And the Examiner summed it up. Bette Davis has never looked more terrible. After 52 films in 18 years, Warner Brothers did not renew my contract. I was thrown out like a diseased rat. No party, no flowers, not even a card. Jack didn't even say goodbye. I sat on the back lot and I drank with one of the stagehands. Gossip columns were filled with the rumor that my career was over, and I thought they were right. I had no movie deal, no studio. I was a single mother. I had no nothing. I was an actress, soon to be forgotten. Hello? Betty, it's Daryl F. Zanuck. Oh, how are you? I haven't spoken to you in years. Betty, I'm fine. Listen, Claudette Colbert hurt her back. Joe Makowitz wants you to replace her. You want a job? I'll send the script over. Read it, Betty. Oh, well, thank you so much for thinking of me, Daryl. I'll read it and get back to you. Daryl Zanuck offered me the leading role of Margot Channing in All About Eve. It was a bumpy ride. Anne Baxter plays the ambitious young fan Eve Haddington, really is an ambitious young snake. She tried way too hard to get my way. Celeste Holmes also proved to be a problem. She thought she was the funniest thing on earth. She bored me to tears. Joe Makowitz, as director, was a dream to work with, as was my co-star Gary Merrill. In fact, he became my fourth husband. I've had more husbands than Oscars. I was not able to attend the 1951 Oscars. I was away in England with Gary, filming, but it didn't matter. Everyone in Tinseltown knew I was going to take home my third Oscar for Margot Channing. Gary and I sat by the radio, waiting to hear my name announced.
The nominations for the Best Actress are Miss Anne Baxter in All About Eve, 20th Century Fox. Miss Bette Davis, All About Eve, 20th Century Fox. Miss Judy Holliday in Born Yesterday, Columbia. Eleanor Parker in Caged, Warner Brothers. And Miss Gloria Swanson in Sunset Boulevard, Paramount. The winner is Judy Holliday.
God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn Anne goddamn Baxter! What the hell is she doing lobbying for Best Actress? She's clearly supporting That's right, she lobbied for Best Actress and split our vote. I'm happy Judy Holliday won, a fine performance, but you see, I needed that Oscar desperately to keep my career alive, because if you don't have awards in Hollywood, you don't get work. I lost that night. The work came in less often. I spent much of my time with Ruthie. My daughter even moved out and married a much older man. We were no Three Musketeers. But Ruthie kept repeating, I'm tired, Betty. It's time for me to go. Ruthie. I need you, Mother. Without your excitement, I am nothing. Oh, Ruthie. I think you would call yourself Betty and Bobby's mom, as if that were your profession. Oh, Ruthie, I became what you wanted me to become, a movie star. But I am no mother. I can't seem to give myself to my daughter the way you did for us. I try to be perfect, to make life perfect. We remain disconnected. Oh, Ruthie, what do I do? You were brilliant, as my mother. I wish to be half as good as you. Ruthie! Oh, Ruthie. Ruthie. I didn't know you could be so still. It's haunting to know. I won't hear you laugh or giggle again. Ruthie fought to the very end. She put all her life into mine, and at the age of 74, she closed her eyes and did not wake up. How my body trembled seeing a woman of such vigor, so quiet and still. All for one. One for all. Dear Mother Ruthie. I moved back east. That's what my mother would have wanted. Go back to your roots. It's not working here. Let's try something else. When you get older, the phone doesn't ring. Who's gonna hire a has-been? When I think of all the times I've been difficult, I wonder if that's why my phone has stopped ringing. My daughter wrote a scathing book about how I was the devil incarnate. I argued so much with Warner Brothers they let my contract expire. I fought with Willie so much he couldn't stand to look at me. I may have betrayed my responsibilities as a contract player, but I fought. I was helping the studio system. I talk too much. I push too much. I am too much. What have I been up to lately? Ugh, I detest that question. Rhonda, never ask an actress where she can be seen or her age. It's terrible manners. Ugh, this one's empty. Susanna, such a lovely apartment. So nice of you to invite me over to have dinner with all the neighbors. No. Need to be polite. I'll get it myself. Ugh. But since we're on the subject, I'm an actress in her prime. Who can't get work? I used to fight for good roles. Now I can't even fight for any of my age range. Rhonda, do I look dead to you? Rhonda! No, good. I'm not dead because I have stories to tell. But Hollywood has no opportunities for women my age. Imagine that. An Oscar award-winning box office sensation can't get work. Once you lose your looks, got a button your top button, can't show off your gams. They are the boys' club. And we women of a certain age are not allowed in. Well, now that you've all known what I've been up to, I'd best be going down the hall, back to my own apartment. Susanna, so nice of you to invite me over with the neighbors. Now that we've done it once, we don't ever have to do it again. If I offended any of you, I'll send you rotten tomatoes in the morning. I was full of myself that night. Full of a lot of drink. So quiet in my home. Too quiet. Hello? Tennessee! You haven't forgotten about me. Night of the Iguana? Of course, a new, yes, playing Maxine. A lively, boozy character. She sounds right up my alley. Just when I thought it was over. On stage again. Joan Crawford. The devil's alive and well. What brings you to my dressing room? Did someone die? You, bringing me a book? What hast thou wrought? She told me she had an idea about how we could go back to Hollywood. Oh, Joan, I'm perfectly happy. Thank heavens for Tennessee. I've longed to get back to the theater, and here I am on Broadway. She insisted that she was suffering, that no one was giving her the time of day, and this book could make an excellent screenplay that could bring us back. Joan, no one wants to see us old broads in Hollywood. We've expired. She shoved the book at me, and she said, read it, Betty. I gazed at her. She looked so much older than I remembered. For the first time in her life, Joan Crawford looked at me as though she needed me. She said these women could bring us back. Something about Joan's perseverance piqued my curiosity. So I went home and I read that book. I called her the minute I put the book down. Joan, I wouldn't have thought you want to be seen as Baby Jane Hudson. Then she said something that blew my mind. Betty, I think you should play Baby Jane. Me play Baby Jane, but she's the lead. Oh, I suppose that makes more sense. This could work. It's a hell of a story. Torture, assault, mental health, jealousy, alcoholism, regret, everything you and I were born to play. I insisted on doing my own makeup. I felt Baby Jane never washed her face, just reapplied the makeup in the morning. She reminded me of all those washed-up starlets that walk up and down Hollywood Boulevard with makeup caked to their face. Joan Crawford is overly concerned with her looks, and I don't give a damn. There's a huge amount of freedom when you allow yourself to be dark and ugly. But at this point in my life, I had enough heartache. My father abandoning us. My 4 failed marriages. The death of Farney. The children I forsook. My daughter choosing not to speak to me. Losing Willie. Losing Ruthie. Being old. Baby Jane gave me the hope that I could continue to work. Baby Jane allowed me to unleash all my life's past and put it somewhere sacred. The big screen. What else might a Habsburg have expected from the word of our bourgeois Bonaparte, you charlatan? Why, for Christ's sakes, I'm the Habsburg. They're the charlatans, all of Hollywood. They have their agenda. They control my life. I'm just a speck of diamond dust until I go back and face them. Go back, dear Betty. You haven't lost as much as you think. Go back and face them proudly. Charlie? Charlie, can you put Ruthie back on the phone? She's at the Coconut Grove. Yes, of course. Hello, Coconut Grove? This is Bette Davis. I need to speak with my mother, Ruthie Davis. She's at the Warner Brothers table. She's the little one in the oversized mink 3 martinis deep. Yes, I will hold. Tonight, I'll re-enter as I am the bold Bette Davis. I won't have a horse ride in on or 48 takes. I'll just have 1 take. But that's all I need is 1 take. It's not always about winning. Well, not always. It's about keeping your composure when you don't win and refraining from ripping someone's hair out when they do. In fact, there should be an Oscar for best performance at the Oscars. Oh, this will be so satisfying. I'll just stride right up to Gone with the Wind's table and I'll say, Vivian, Miss Lee, congratulations on a job well done. No, it's time for someone else to win. I already have 2 Oscars. After the second, they just become clutter. Congratulations. Ruthie, are you there? Ruthie! Mother! Ruthie. Have they said my name yet? Good. Hold my seat, I'm coming back. I want to be sitting there next to you when they say nominee for Best Actress, Bette Davis in Dark Victory. That's right, Ruthie. You can't keep a good Yankee down. I'll see you soon, Mother. Goodbye. I'm not going to sit around and let Hollywood have their fun without me. I'm what makes Hollywood. I am larger than life, bigger than the big screen. I am an actress.